and give you some video solutions to these GCSE key skills questions. 0.702 a percentage. Now just remind you then that percentage is the same as saying out of 100. So percentage is the same as saying out of 100. So to convert 0.70 to a percentage, we're going to times 0.70 by 100, which is the same as moving that decimal point 2 places to the right. That would give 70, therefore we get 70% as our answer. Question B then, we're trying to solve 2t equals 18. We're trying to find the value of t, and we know so far that 2 lots of t is equal to 18. Now you might be able to solve this in your head, work out what the value of 1t is, but the method we'd normally apply is to do the opposite of what's happening to that t to both sides. Now the t is being times by 2, so we're going to divide both sides of this equation by 2. Well, 2t divided by 2 gives us 1t, that's what we're trying to find. 18 divided by 2 gives us 9. We found t equals 9, that is our answer. Right, part C, simplifying 12 over 14. Now remember, simplifying fractions, we have to look for numbers that can divide both the numerator, the top number, and the denominator, the bottom number. Well, 12 and 14 are both even, so we can divide them both by 2. So if we divide 12 by 2, we get 6, and if we divide 14 by 2, we get 7. Now it won't always be 2, but that was the first number I found that divides both of those. Now 6 over 7, can that be simplified? Well, 6 is 2 times 3, and 7, well 7's a prime number, so its only factors are 1 and itself, only has 2 factors. So actually then, because none of these numbers are the same, 2 and 3, 1 and 7, there's no number shared between them, 6 over 7 is our final answer for that question. 30% of 150. We've got a hint there telling us to find 10% first. So the 150, that is equal to 100%, and we're trying to find out what 30% is equal to. Well, let's break it down. Let's go to 10% first. Let's ask ourselves, how do you get from 100 to 10? Well, we divide by 10. There's 10 tens in 100. Let's do the same to the 150 then. Divide that by 10 also, and we get 15. With 10% to 15, we want to find 30%. How do we get from 10% to 30%? Well, we times by 3. Have to do the same to both sides. 15 times 3 is 45. So 30% of 150 is 45. E then, find the nth term of the sequence 3, 7, 11, 15 and 19. Now hopefully if you've watched the other videos on the channel you already know how to do this, so let's recap it now and see if you agree. So first we want to find ourselves, what are we adding or taking away each time to get to the next term? Well, 3 to 7, that's adding 4, 7 to 11, add 4, 11 to 15 we add 4, and 15 to 19 we add 4. At this point then, we've already know this nth term looks like 4n, and then we're going to put something on the end here, might be plus or minus a number depending on what happens next. So we've now got our 3, we've got our plus 4, we're going to go backwards once to find what's called the 0 term. If we're going backwards we're taking away 4 instead. 3 take away 4 gives us minus 1. So 4n minus 1 is our nth term for that sequence. Sharing £60 in the ratio of 2 to 3. Again, I believe then there is a video on the channel about sharing amounts in ratios. Feel free to check that out if you've forgotten how to do it, or you can watch this as well. So £60 in the ratio of 2 to 3. 2 to 3 then, well that's 2 parts and 3 parts. Now we want to find out how many total parts there is. Well, that's 2 add 3. Add them together first, we've got 5 total parts. Well, £60 is worth 5 parts, so we actually need to find out what 1 part's worth. So we want to do £60 divided by 5, and that gives us £12. And that is £12 per part. So every part is worth £12. Well, if we've got 2 parts then, we do 2 times 12 is 24. So that's £24. That's for the 2 parts, and the 3 parts then, 3 times 12, that's 36. So we've got £24 to £36. We've shared that in the ratio. Quick check then you can do. You can add together your two amounts. So if we add together 24 and £36, well, we get £60, which is promising because we start with £60 in the first instance. Work out the value of 2 to the power of 3 plus 4 squared. And our hint says work them out separately, then add them. Well, 2 to the power of 3, that's the same as saying 2 times 2 times 2. Well, 2 times 2 is 4, times it by 2 again and we get 8. And similarly then 4 to the power of 2, or 4 squared, is the same as 4 times 4, and we get 16 for that. So we've worked them out separately, 8 and 16, we'll add them together. 8 add 16 is 24. So our answer for G, 24. Question H, simplify 3 to the power of 4 times 3 to the power of 5. And our hint tells us then, says your answer should look like 3 to the power of something where you find the number in the box. Yes, there's a bracket missing there. Right, so we're not working out the value like we did in G, we're just simplifying it. So it's currently 3 to the power of 4 times 3 to the power of 5. Well, that's two things multiplied together, and the fact it becomes simpler is because we've got 3 to the power of just one number this time. Well, let's have a look then. 3 to the power of 4, we'll do that in red, that's 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Then let's do 3 to the power of 5 in a nice purple here then. So that's 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Glad those numbers went a bit larger. So, how many have we got now? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 threes being multiplied together. Well, it's just 3 to the power of 9 then. So our final answer is actually just 3 to the power of 9. But could we have got there quicker than writing out all of these threes in different colours? Well, yes, if we apply the law then, if we've got any number, we call it A to the power of n. Again, n can be any number times a to the power of m. So we must have these same two numbers at the bottom. So we had 3 and 3, we've got a and a here. Well, what we do is we just add those powers, a to the power of n add m. Well, that works for our example then. 3 to the power of 4 times 3 to the power of 5. 4 add the 5, we get 3 to the power of 9. Right, folks, that will conclude those work solutions for the GCSE skills questions. Go back, have a watch of those if you're not sure of any of them. But now then, taking away the hints, changing the numbers ever so slightly, but the same questions, it is time for GCSE skills questions round 2.